Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Cheryl with what sold on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari for the week of Sunday, March 17th through Saturday, March 23rd. If that sounds good to you, just keep watching. The week of Sunday, March 17th through Saturday, March 23rd. Just a quick recap. I'm doing these weekly videos to try to get up my ASP and to try to get up my weekly profit. We have a goal for my husband to quit his full-time job within 2 years. So before he turns 50, which would be March of 2026. So we currently, right now, we have 23 months to replace his, at least half of his full-time income. So that would allow him to either go part-time or leave his job altogether. So we are part-time resellers of clothing only, if you haven't been here before. And I do work full-time, and I have no intention of leaving my full-time job. But so that's the goal. And we are tracking our sales each week to see if we can get our ASP up and our weekly profit up. Last week we did pretty good as compared to the week before that. So let's see how it goes this week. I will tell you that it's down. We had a few rough days as far as sales. So it is down this week, but that's okay. I know that everybody's going to have some rough weeks. So let's just jump into it. So the first thing that sold on Sunday, before I do that, let me just tell you real quick. On Sundays for Poshmark, I do send out what is called waterfall offers. So what that means is, so I automatically send an offer of 20% using Flip. That's my the software that sends out automatic offers for me on Poshmark, and that's 20%. So then on Sundays of every week, I'll do a waterfall offer. So before I leave to go to church on Sunday morning, I'll send out a 30% offer to all those people who have already got the 20% earlier that week. They will get the 30%. And then, like, after I get home from church, I will send out a 40% offer. And typically, unless something really weird happened through the week, if I send a 30 to for some other reason, which I usually don't, but usually the 40% offers would go to anybody that got the 30% offer like the week before. And then the 50, and then like a couple hours later, I'll send out a 50% offer. So I know that's kind of confusing, but if you want me to do a video on the waterfall offers and like show how I do it, I can do that. Just let me know in the comments. But there are several YouTubers out there that have done those before. I mean, that's where I learned it. So you can find those videos are out there on showing you exactly how to do that and understanding the concept of it. If you don't understand how offers to likers on Poshmark works, then it's not going to make sense anyway until you do. So look for one of those videos, and I can do one if you want me to. Just let me know, and kind of explain and go a little bit more in depth of how the offer system on Poshmark works. But anyway, let's jump into the sales. Just keep that in mind for these Sunday sales, because some of them are, you know, lower because of that. So the first thing that sold is this Lane Bryant lightweight jacket, size 24, utility pockets button down. That's the description, or the title. Sorry, I just read you the title straight like it is. I got this at the bins for $1.32. It sold on Poshmark for $11 with discounted shipping, and my profit was $4.71. This sold in 49 days. So also keep in mind that every 30 days I'll lower the price by 5% when I do my D-list relist, which I do use in Vendoo. There is a link in the description box if you want to try Vendoo. You do get you get 5 free listings, and then, so you can try it and see what it's like to use it. And then there's a discount too, but I can't remember off the top of my head what the discount is. But you can use that link and go, and it'll explain all the pricing structures to you and all that. But I love Vendoo. So I do lower my price by 5% every month. And so this was listed for 49 days. So it had already been lowered one time. And then also I sent those waterfall offers. So, so that's that item sold for $11. So the next thing that sold was this Talbot's women's top size 8 sleeveless black white gingham button neck detail. I got this at Value Village, Carolina Value Village thrift store for $2.06. It sold on Poshmark again through one of those offers for $9 with discounted shipping. So my profit was $1.97. I have no idea how long I've had this. Probably since back in the summer, because it was already a fairly low price, and it was before I started keeping track of the dates. So I don't know, months. The next thing that sold was this Catherine's pants women's size 26W black. These were returned to me, and I'm not sure why I have my cost of goods listed here as a 0. I think because it sold last year and it was returned in January. So for my bookkeeping purposes, I have my cost of goods on here as 0. I don't think that that's the right way to do it. So I have been changing some of the way my accounting stuff goes, but returns are confusing. So anyway, I have it showing in Vendoo as a 0 cost of goods, and obviously they weren't mine, so I did have a cost of goods. I don't know. But anyway, they were returned. But they sold this time on eBay for $17.95. And my profit was $14.56. They were listed this time for 65 days. The next thing that sold was this Nintendo Entertainment System men's large classically trained t-shirt, distressed. 0 cost of goods on this because it came out of our family's closet. I think, if I remember correctly, I think this started out as my husband's, and then he gave it to my son, who then gave it to me to sell. So anyway, it sold on Poshmark for $12 with discounted shipping, and my profit on that was $7.03, and it was listed for 31 days. So that was it for Sunday. On Monday, March the 18th, the first thing was this pair of Dickies FR, which stands for fire resistant jeans, men's 42 by 32. And then in the title, I listed them as a 42 by 32. And then in parentheses, I put tagged as a 42 by 37. So they had been hemmed, basically. I have 0 into these because they came from my mother. She's a seamstress, and I'm guessing she had hemmed them for somebody and they just didn't pick them up or something. I'm not really sure, but she gave them to me to sell. They sold on Poshmark for $13, and my profit on these were $10.05. Again, these were listed before I was tracking how long, so I don't have a date range on these. And that just means that it was listed prior to December. December is when I started using Vendoo, and that's why I can tell. Like, I started using Vendoo in December and stopped using my spreadsheet, so I kind of lost a little bit of data there with the dates. So that's why I don't know how long these were listed. It was prior to December is all I can tell you. All right, the next thing was this Shein dress women's size 3XL curve new. I got this at the bins for $1.01. I should not have picked this up. I went through a phase early on that I just picked up everything that was new with tags. I was like, it's new with tags, it'll sell. It don't matter what brand it is. Yes, it does. It matters, y'all. It matters. So I've had this listed for almost a year, probably. I started on eBay in in April. Yeah, it's April now. I started on eBay in April of last year. This has probably been listed since April or May. Anyway, it's on a Mercari. You ready? $6.12. So but I made a profit. I didn't lose money. I made a profit of $3.62, which I could buy a cup of coffee with. Maybe. Probably not. Or I can just go get a couple more things from the bins and pick better stuff this time. Yeah, moving on. The next thing was this Misuk collection blazer, women's size small, wool blend metallic 3-button fringe. I got this at the bins for $1.54. It sold on eBay for $24.90. My profit was $18.55, and this sold in 19 days. So that was that for Monday. For Tuesday, March 19th, I sold this Dress Barn dress, women's size 10, black, leopard print, sleeveless. This came from the bins for $1.41. It sold on eBay for $14.71. My profit was $8.65. I don't know how long I had this. Again, I reduce my price by 5% every month when I do delist and relist. And this also was a promoted listing. So, yeah, not a great sale, but it's out of here, and I can use that $8.65 to buy better stuff. All right, next was this pair of Carhartt shorts, men's size 34, relaxed fit, black cargo. These were part of a buy that I made on eBay from another reseller. I had ordered something for my husband, a personal item from this person, and they reached out to me and said, hey, it looks like you resell clothing, and I'm trying to get out of clothing. Would you be interested in any of my inventory? And so we made a deal there. Some of the stuff was more, some was less, but I just averaged it out. So my average cost of goods from that particular purchase was $8 per item. So that's what I have this listed for. So this pair of shorts sold on Poshmark for $24 with discounted shipping. And my profit on these was $9.18. They were listed for 15 days. Wednesday, March 20th, I have this Simply Vera Wang jeans, women's size 18, skinny ankle, light distressing. These came from the bins for $1.57. They sold on Poshmark for $18 with discounted shipping. My profit was $10.81, and these were listed for 6 days. Then I sold this pair of Lucky Brand pants, women's size 12, easy pocket utility pant. These also came from the bins for $1.57, and they sold on Mercari for $15. My profit was $10.76, and these were listed for 8 days. On Thursday, March 21st, I had 0 sales. On Friday, March 22nd, I have this Banana Republic sweater, women's small V-neck, light grayish, which I have that word, and then in parentheses, I have grayish beige. I got this at a yard sale last summer for 50 cents. It sold on Poshmark for $10 with discounted shipping, so my profit was $4.53. Then I have this Grey's Anatomy scrub jacket, women's size extra small, new with tags, spandex stretch pockets. These came from my mother, so 0 cost of goods. They sold on Poshmark for $10, and so I have a profit of $7.05 on those, and it was listed for 5 days. So that was it for Friday. I told y'all it wasn't a great week. Saturday, March 23rd. The first thing is Sigrid Olsen pants, women's large elastic tie waist stripe. This came from the bins for $1.01. Sold on eBay for $18.45, and my profit was $14.24. This was listed for 78 days, and I got the nicest review ever from the person that bought these. You know, you often get like what they call love notes on Poshmark, but usually on eBay, the reviews that you get, honestly, most people don't leave reviews on eBay. It like maybe 10% of sales leave notes, but usually it's just one of those little pre-worded reviews that like they give you a drop down list and you just choose one. But this person just left the nicest, kindest review. I'll put it up on the screen here that you can see, but just talking about how comfortable they were, and it was, I don't know, that's why I do this, so that, you know, people can find something they like without having to pay full price and buy brand new clothes, because I know what that's like to, you know, for money to be tight. And pre-owned clothing very often allows somebody to get nice things that they otherwise might not have been able to afford. So that's why I do this. Anyway, that's one of the reasons I do this. Another reason is to help support my family. You know that. Okay. Next thing, Signature by Levi Strauss shorts, women's size 8 denim, slightly flawed. And the note that I put in the description here was the hem is tacked up on the left side, but the right side has fallen out. See photos. And I always put that in the description if there's ever anything wrong. So I got these at the bins for $1.06. It was sometime last year is all I can tell you. I don't know how long. But they were discounted every month again and sold on eBay for $9.45. My profit is $5.31, and these were promoted. Then I sold this pair of Judy Blue jeans, women's size 9/29 flare raw hem. These came from Goodwill for $7.48 was my average for that day. Goodwill here local to me is $6.99 plus tax for jeans. They sold on Poshmark for $27 with discounted shipping. So my profit was $12.10, and these sold in 10 days. Then I have this Banana Republic Dylan shirt, small button down paisley. This came from the Salvation Army on their half price day, so it was $2.86. It sold on eBay for $13.22, so my profit was $7.86, and this sold in 65 days. Then the last item for the week to sell, told you it wasn't a lot, is this polo golf shirt, men's XXL, short sleeve, red, black, stripe, Ralph Lauren, Pima cotton. This came from the bins for $1.20 and sold on eBay for $14. My profit was $10.09, and this sold in 80 days. So that is it for the sales for the week. I told you it wasn't a lot. I know I keep saying that. So let me go over my numbers now. So my sales for the week totaled $267.80. That is down by about $40 from last week. Last week was $308.66. My fees and discounted shipping, so I just take my platform fees from all 3 platforms, and then I also add in my promoted ad fees from eBay. So when you sell a listing that was promoted, it lists the fee out separately, but I add that in, and then also my shipping discounts on Poshmark, because you have to give a shipping discount to send an offer to liker. So all of those fees go into this same category. So that was $84.90. My cost of goods for the items that sold this week was $32.59. And so that made my profit for the week $150.31. And that is down $47 from last week. Last week's profit was $197.08. I'm trying to get above 200. Right now my current goal is to get above 200 a week profit. I had quite a few older things sell this week. I'm glad they're selling because they're leaving, but because they're selling at lower prices, my profit is less. So this week I got 18 sales. Last week I only had 17. So my average selling price was down, obviously. Last week's average selling price was $18.16, and this week's was $14.88. And so that made my average profit also go down. Last week's average profit was $11.60, and this week's average profit was $8.36 per item. I'm trying to keep my average profit per item above $10, but I also know that I got to get rid of that old stuff, because that when I was buying stuff that I really didn't have any business buying that stuff, because I didn't really know what I was doing. Do I know what I'm doing now? I don't know. That's debatable. So that's my sales for the week, and that's my numbers for the week. Let me know what you think of the video. I know it wasn't a great sales week. Next week is better. I can tell you. I know this week is a little bit or this video is a little bit late coming because I'm in April already. But so I'm fixing to film the video for next week's sales. I may or may not be wearing the same clothes in that video. We'll see. But it is better. But, you know, it happens. Everybody has a low week once in a while. And it's okay because I got rid of some old stuff and I'm okay with it. So let me know what you think of the video. Leave some comments. Be kind, please. I'm learning. I'm trying to improve. And I think that that's why you're here. Is because you're also learning. So we can learn together, and maybe we can improve together, or maybe you can help me out with some advice. That would be nice too. But do please be kind, because I am still finding my way through this adventure that we call reselling. But if you like the video, consider subscribing. I do these for more for accountability for myself, but I would love to have you as part of my subscriber family. So that's it for me this week. I will see you next time. Bye.